Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back and eager to venture forth amongst the jesters and courtesans of the Court of the Crimson King in Darkest Dungeon. And no, I'm not talking about a British progressive rock band. I'm talking about the Crimson Court DLC, baby. It's here. It's here. And since my New Game Plus run went tits up thanks to a failed lunge from a worthless highwayman, I finally get to play it. I've been denying myself for about a week and a half now, and you know what? I've waited too long. I really have. I'm ready. This is gonna be nothing but alternating delight and despair, desperation and drama down in the deep, dark depths of Perfidious manor. And I'm just so excited. Let's hurry up and get there. I can't wait to get on the stagecoach here. Mount up. Stagecoach Steve, give me that Glasgow grin, baby, and take me where I want to be. Take me to the court of the Crimson One. I gotta have it. Bring it to me.
Along the old road.
Yeah, I damn sure will.
It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion.
Oh no, it's not troubling at all. The serpentiness of the road is a little frustrating just because I'd like it to be straight so I could get there quicker, but if you could hurry it up, though.
There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road.
Yeah, that sickness is what's infected Stagecoach Steve and why he's got that weird slasher smile.
Violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors.
What, like one ghost? He's not that damnably transcendent. He's not really transcendent at all. Stagecoach Steve, now he's transcendent. What's up, Steve? It's good to see my old friend.
The old road will take you to hell.
You know, some people say Steve is a crazy asshole and a lunatic who can't drive and was drunk when he was up there. I say Stagecoach Steve is just a man who really loves his work. That's what I say. Granted, he also loves to be drunk on the job, but still a man who loves his work. Plus, now that he's dead, you know, if a rampaging vampire happens to come by, we could always just, you know, throw Steve at it. They say you don't necessarily have to be the fastest person to outrun a danger, just faster than the people you're with. And since Steve is dead, I think we can probably outpace him. Don't eat me, eat Steve. He's over there. That's Steve. That's Steve over there. Steve's dead. That's right, Skank. Steve's dead. All right, so we got our classic too. You know what? No, I'm not even taking a Reynald and a Dismas into this. This is not gonna happen. Who do we have here? This is Othello, and who's his companion? Well, I mean, since we're gonna go with a theme here, because I always do, and since this is Othello and his more nefarious and utterly worthless piece of shit sidekick, we're gonna call this guy Iago. So, I already feel immediately at home. Othello, Iago, ready to go forth into the dungeon. And since our last run got ended by having our highwayman get killed, or rather our crusader get killed after our highwayman failed to do his job and lured him into a trap that led to his death, I kind of feel like the Othello Iago thing is 100% appropriate here. That's right, you start by shanking Iago, he deserves it. Kill the enemy. I don't suppose we can change your abilities. Nope, all your other ones are locked. Well, you do have Wicked Slice, which is alright, and that's what I wanted to use here. Did we get to bleed? We did. Bleeding for 2. Just go ahead and whomp him, Othello. There you go. Accursed bandit! Oh, bandit, accursed bandit. Sorry, I'm going to be making the handkerchief joke a lot, because it's actually my favorite scene from Othello, is where it's, handkerchief! Accursed handkerchief! Love that scene. We're making some sweet loot, 750 gold on the old road. That's, yeah, that's pretty palpable. Yep, ambushed. Well, we have dim light, but that's okay. I'm less worried about Jimmy the Blanket Fire Bandit back here. I'm way more worried about the big guy up front. He does have point-blank shots, can do a lot of damage. I understand they have rebalanced some of the abilities here. Bulwark of Faith looks to be considerably better. Let's take a look at the DLC abilities just to make sure everything does what I think it's going to do. So, Open Vein. Basically does exactly the same thing as it always does. Pistol Shot. Bonus damage to a marked target. Okay. Grape Shot Blast, pretty much exactly the same. And Tracking Shot, as I understand, the buff from Tracking Shot lasts for an entire encounter. So starting an encounter off with a Tracking Shot now is maybe not a terrible idea. go ahead and shoot you with one. Let's just test this theory out. It does last for the whole battle. All right, that says +1 for the whole battle. I wonder if it stacks with itself. Stunning blow. I believe the stun chance on stunning blow has gone up considerably. Let's see if we can actually get a stun here. We did. Let's try a double stack tracking shot and see if it. I'm curious if it stacks with itself. Let's try another one. Okay. Did it? Did it? Does not appear to have stacked with itself. No. Okay. So it's not a stealth. All right. That probably would have been too good to be true. A buff that stacks with itself that lasts for the entire battle. I may be getting a little bit greedy. Still, we're going to come out of this one pretty good. And starting things off with a tracking shot, just an extra 12% damage for really no investment. That's pretty respectable. We're going to continue adventuring because whatever's in this chest, I want it. Iago, you're, prone to theft. Why don't you take a look at it? Well, the bandit's chest was trapped. And honestly, you deserve that poison. The way you poisoned Iago's mind in Othello, yeah, your poisonous serpent-like words. I'm onto your shit. We're still going to the manor, though. We picked up 5,000 gold just from making it to the hamlet? Wow. All right. I mean, that's pretty good. Othello, Iago both made it to resolve rank 1. This is fantastic. What did Othello pick up? He's obsessed with the paranormal, but he has a natural swing. Bonus accuracy. That's good. Iago also sporting the natural swing. See, I'm thinking those two guys, they're both really well hung. Be like, man, have you seen Iago's trousers? Get kind of a natural swing working there. And that Othello, you see the dick print on that guy? Talk about a natural swing. Ooh, oh. Swing over my way, sugar tits. All right, so get help where we may. We do have the tutorial messages on. That's fine. We're just going to... Yep.
Covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Well, the poisoned earth waiting a merciful oblivion doesn't necessarily stick there, Ancestor. I gotta say, we've had more than a few people crawl out of that poisoned earth. Then again, pretty much everybody who's crawled out of the poisoned earth and come back to service from beyond the grave has ultimately screwed us as well. So, I suppose there is that. Well, we're gonna grab ourselves a plague doctor and a vestal. And let's just go ahead and get these guys named here. Let's see, vicious, poisonous, female, kind of got a Shakespearean theme going here. I mean, we got to go with Lady Macbeth, I think. And, let's see, a Vestal. Young, virginal, well-regarded. Couple different ways we could go here. You know what? I'm going to go with Perdita, however. I think you shall be. Also, I'm going to call you Perdita because you have kind of a baneful number of abilities. These suck. A Divine Grace is all right. Actually, you know what? Except for not having Dazzling Light, you're okay. Lady Macbeth, did you come out all right? Lady Macbeth came out without Noxious Blast, which is fucking terrible. All right. Well, our first mission here may prove itself to be a little more challenging than I'm comfortable with. No. Okay, so the courtyard... Explore other regions to unlock this one. All right, we can't go straight into the Court of the Crimson King. I kind of didn't figure that. Districts are locked. Districts are also new. There is a new class as well in the DLC called the Flagellant, but it doesn't look like we're going to get to take a look at any of that. This is going to be just a classic usual suspects run. Actually, what abilities do you have? You don't have point-blank shots. We can't really afford to put you in the front, which kind of sucks. Also, I hate most of these abilities with a passion. I really hate it that you don't start with the guild unlocked. I really do. Still, we're going on a short mission, so give me one full stack of food. That should be plenty. Let's grab 2 shovels. We do want to try and conserve as much as we can. We'll take 1 medicinal herb, I think 1 bandage, maybe 1 key. We already have a holy water. I'm not even going to worry about laudanum. It's a short mission. Let's take 12 torches. Try and conserve early. We want to get, cash is going to be at a premium, especially early on when we're going to need to buy abilities as soon as we can unlock the freaking guild so that we can get troopers who have skills we don't despise. Accursed skills. Gonna have to try and make do with some of our skills. Stunning Blow, we've already seen, can be okay. Zealous Accusation and Smite, those are gold standards. Bulwark of Faith gives us 20 Torchlight. Gives us plus 25 protection and has a self-mark now, too. So, you know, maybe we could get some use out of Bulwark of Faith here. Normally it's an ability I would eschew, but in this case, we can maybe make something happen here. And so Othello's going to grab himself an unburned torch. Still rocking above our light level. Let's go ahead and put it back up to top. Wait, did we not get as much out of that torch as I expected us to? And we were surprised. Well, that sucks. These guys will not bleed, so you know what? We could start off with the just starting off with a tracking shot. A tracking shot kill. All right, well that'll do. Here comes the old bump in the night. Dodged by Lady Macbeth. Disoriental blast shuffles the enemy, stuns the enemy, and clears all corpses. And we can only throw it at that man. Well, that was not at all useful. We would have been vastly better off to just change our party order. Also would have been vastly better off if we had a way to... If we had Holy Lance, which I really like. But in this case, we don't. Still, we came out all right. Iago, you want to check out the unlocked strongbox? What do you got in there? Shovel and 4 busts. Hey, we're back to the point where crests and busts and such actually make a difference to the team again. I'm so used to ignoring heirlooms, we're going to have to focus on maybe caring about heirlooms a little bit. In our New Game Plus run, we didn't really have time to upgrade much of anything. So once we got the upgrades we really needed, we just sort of started ignoring them. You know, that Iago is one nefarious piece of shit. I like to give the man a little bit of grief, but he's doing some fantastic work for us here. Disorienting Blast, I really would prefer to not throw. Let's just go ahead and make sure this guy never gets a turn by hitting him with the Blight. We'll drop the Blight Hammer on him. 6 damage from Perdida's Holy Light. And we go for the Zealous Jacques. Almost a double kill. We are going to take 1 Graveyard Slash, it looks like. Lady Macbeth taking a very unfortunate critical. The criticals here are unfortunate because of the stress, much more than anything else. We'll let Iago finish that man up. The blood. The call is unyielding, the urge is irresistible. Only the blood will quell this. Okay, I mean, can we... Well, that was terrible. What did we... Okay, so don't drink blood, then. I guess we've learned the valuable lesson. It seems like a lesson that we should have known straight away. Also, we're going to use those medicinal herbs to get rid of that debuff. It seems like the kind of thing one should have known just from going off, but, I mean, we've never encountered that trinket before. We had to give it a shot. The 22 stress we got out of that is damn near crippling, though. Do we want to scout the whole dungeon and fight? Well, I'm of a mixed... you know, I've kind of got a mixed emotions on this one. Yes, we would like to explore as much of the dungeon as possible. Good old Othello, kleptomaniac bastard. Can't leave a handkerchief lying in the ground alone, even when it's only going to spell his doom. Nicely done, by the way, Othello. But I'm of mixed emotions when it comes to exploring the full dungeon. One, of course, we want to try and get out of here with a minimum of stress, and we already do have 1 party member who's borderline afflicted. We have no way to mitigate that stress as well. I'm actually going to rely on us being able to get the kill here with maybe a tracking shot. We're going to get close. Alright, well, we didn't actually need the blight damage. Turns out that was extraneous, but if nothing else, we've managed to poison a corpse. The Jacques for a little bit of aggregate damage. Okay, taking a run for the old gods. Iago, staying strong. Just a little damage here. Stop hitting Lady Macbeth! Alright. Well, that's real bad for Lady Macbeth. Yeah, she's on death's door. She also has a ridiculous amount of stress. Well, I kind of feel like you need to die. How about a little stress relief for old Lady Macbeth back there? Nothing doing. All right. Rent for the old gods. Iago takes it to the face. Is also now bleeding. We're going to go big heal. Nice critical. A little bit of extra stress relief as well is helpful. We'll just go ahead and murder that man. Yeah, the faintest of hopes, actually. Do we have a bandage? We do. Let's use it. I know we have a party member who can straight up cure blights and bleeds, but I'm going to go ahead and use the key here. This is... Oh, we shouldn't have brought a key. This is a short mission. There's no chance of finding a secret room on this one. That was a straight up oversight on my part. No need for keys when there's no chance to get the critical scout. Although ouch, that hurt a little bit. Okay. I do understand that some of the changes to the dungeon have decreased the likelihood of getting the critical scout for the secret rooms, so secret rooms are much more difficult to find. Likewise, secret rooms no longer contain quite as much loot. They reduced the overall payout for the puzzling trapezohedron by more than a little. But on what they've done to sort of counter that is you are also vastly more likely to find a jute tapestry now. So you can get a little bit less for walking around, but you can also get a little bit more for getting down with some monsters. Not as much walking around, a little more for getting down. I think we should probably go directed heal here. We just want to make sure and keep Perdita alive. I don't want to lose anybody on our first mission. That would be tragically awful. As much as I'd like to stun this guy, I also just want him dead. These guys will not leave Perdita alone. I mean, I know she's an attractive female gentleman. She was, by all regards, a beautiful young lady, but could you cut some slack here, lest I have to give the greatest stage direction in the history of written plays, which is exit pursued by a bear? Pete, does that actually happen? Yeah, that's actually a stage direction in A Winter's Tale. It's one of these, exit pursued by a bear. A man gets chased by a bear. How come we're not getting the buff from tracking shot? Is that not supposed to give us a buff? I was told there was a buff, and, well, I guess we're not going to get to see that buff. Picked up 2 torches for winning the dungeon. That's nice. Does this... Oh, it's because I've been using pistol shot? I am the world's dumbest man. I should really pay attention. Okay. Yep. World's dumbest man confirmed. So, a holy fountain should just relieve our stress. No, that's a heal. All right, and not even a very big one. Oh, it does relieve stress as well. Okay, so it's both healing and stress. Fantastic. We're going to walk in here because I want to grab whatever this curio is. Assuming... I was going to say assuming Othello doesn't steal it, but so much for that. Oh, keeping that for your own reward, huh? Well, you know, Othello, how did keeping things for yourself work out for you previously, huh? Kind of made Iago jealous. He sort of came about and fucking plotted your doom. Maybe share alike. Maybe recognize your subordinates so that they don't ultimately come to plot against you and bring about your, I don't want to say much deserved, but, you know, kettle's black. Sometimes you just gotta call the kettle black. And no, that wasn't a racial joke. I wasn't saying just because Othello was a Moor. Come on, chat, give me a little credit. It was a pot and kettle kind of reference. Although, you know, Shakespeare did frequently use the sort of xenophobic airs of the Elizabethan period to help reinforce some of the points about his characters. Like, frequently he would make his outsider characters be of a different ethnicity to kind of lampshade the fact that they were supposed to be outsiders. And then what he would do is he would necessarily make those outsiders more likable than the people in his plays who were supposed to be villains, so that people would identify the fact and say, hey man, that guy, you know, he's supposed to be the bad guy. He's the one my natural xenophobia and racism is supposed to tell me is the bad guy, but in this case, he's clearly not the bad guy. What kind of evil bastard must this dude be if he's less evil than the guy I know is supposed to be evil? We finally have a double rank of guys for us to take full advantage of our noxious grenade. That guy has very little health. Hey, you got a goblet full of blood. Could you save that for the vampires, sir? You don't have fatal damage, and I was going to say I want to make sure that you get it, but that's not going to happen. Seriously, though, could you save the goblet filled with blood for the vampires? I'd appreciate that. Give me a little tracking shot here. Now we have fatal damage, and we finally got our buff. I was about to open my mouth and say, please just don't critical. Then that happened, so taking it all back now. Thanks.
Back to the pit.
Othello with a one-shot kill, sending him back to the pit. We're taking an axe blade to the face. Hurt a little bit. Nice kill there for Iago. None of these guys can bleed, so I feel like a grape shot blast is the better bet here. Do you have fatal damage? No. Now you do, though. Now we just gotta work over this guy in the front, which sucks because we don't have a Noxious Blast, and our boy Iago is taking more than a little bit of inconvenient amount of slashes to the face. Also, our heals are not wildly powerful yet. Let's see if we can hit this. You know what? Give me a Bulwark of Faith here. Let's see if we can get this guy to swing at our dude with a bunch of protection. He is marked now. We're not gonna get to bleed. I still feel like this is going to do more damage than a tracking shot, even though every one of these bleeds is going to get resisted. We're just going to battlefield medicine ourselves. The critical is nice, little stress heal. All right, we got 4 back. It's not as much as I might like, but it's better than nothing. Did they increase the efficacy of battlefield bandage a little bit? Kind of feels like maybe they did. Othello with another mighty wallop, 3 stress relief for himself. We picked up a trinket. Fantastic. A blighting satchel. That's quite useful. In fact, we could like put that on right now, in fact, if we wanted to. Excuse me? Oh, that's for grave robbers. Why does a grave robber need a blighting satchel? That just seems wrong. Othello, please don't steal all the contents of our chest. So I have to admonish you again for, you know, being an outsider. No? Alright. Well, I don't want to eat the food or use any of the rest of my consumables. We full cleared this dungeon. I want to keep it on it. Anything we can bring back and get a refund for. It's not a lot of extra cash, but what? Look, we saved like 300 gold there, somewhere in that neighborhood. That'll do. Got quite a few heirlooms as well, which is good. I would have loved to have gotten some deeds so that we could have upgraded our stagecoach. Perdita picked up Zoophobia, but she is an Unholy Slayer. Bonus accuracy, bonus critical versus Unholy. I would say neither really an objective upgrade or an objective downgrade for her. It's sort of a side grade, if anything else. Yep, severe negative quirks. We know all about them. Thanks, though. So, first foray into the ruins, relatively successful. Stagecoach, though, we're going to just hire whoever we can get our filthy little grubby hands on. So, Garen and Minion, the guild is still not unlocked. The blacksmith is still not unlocked. We did unlock the tavern.
Cards and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
I think we put Lady Macbeth. That's 1,000 gold, though. You know what? We're not going to be able to get her through a dungeon without it. Perdita, maybe we could if we could get Othello in, but I think that would make us have to do our next mission with no healer. Let's see what we've got on the menu. So we have a short apprentice mission. Short apprentice. We definitely are going to want to do a short mission, so it's going to be one of these two. I say I don't want to try getting through one of those without a healer, but it's possible we could as long as you have battlefield medicine. You do not, though. You're actually a flaming sack of trash. That's unfortunate. Well, Perdita, as much as I'd like to give you a shot at stress relief, it's not going to happen. We really can't make that work. Not with worthless-ass Garen in the mix here. So maybe we'll just take our Houndmaster. But whatever we take, we're going to have to do that next episode. Yes, I'm aware we picked up some trinkets. We also got a Blightstone, which I guess we can give to Lady Macbeth. Through our first mission, the beginning to the court of the Crimson King, we're on our way down. We're going to go see the Baron. Then we're going to go see, like, the Viscount and whoever the other boss is. I'm really excited. Less excited about the fact that Lady Macbeth has got to go drink away her troubles. Out damn spot. The spot she's trying to out this time is not blood on her hands, but in fact her own sobriety. Good luck with that. If you enjoyed this episode, might consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. And if you'd like to see us assault the court of the Crimson King, and remember to not freaking drink another vial of blood. I have no idea what that did or what it's supposed to be for, but I'm assuming we'll find out. I'm going to see that. I consider subscribing as well. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. More Crimson Court.